All right, everyone, good morning. So it's just about 9 a.m. here, and welcome to the live day trading morning show with me, your host, Ross Cameron from Warrior Trading. This morning, we've got some momentum already, which is great. GCT is currently up 93%. I've got some profit on that. While I'm trading, you'll be able to see my P&L in this top corner of the window right here. So I'm currently not in any positions. I have two closed positions. And I've got $7,020.55 on GCT and negative $1,491 on ENVB. All right, so to get you guys kind of level set with expectations, the goal on any day for me is to sit down and try to find 15, 20 cents out of the market. 25 cents, you know, that just ballpark, you know, 15, 20 cents. Someone asked yesterday, Ross, if you were doing a small account challenge right now, what would you be doing differently? Nothing. I would be focusing on getting 15 to 20 cents per day, and I would get out. That's it. I mean, the biggest difference is during a small account challenge, as soon as I get my 15, 20 cents, I get out. Today, I've exceeded that. I've already taken a bunch of trades. We've already had a great morning of trading. I've been here since 7 a.m. So we've already had some great trades, and I captured the 20 cents, which was sort of my first goal, and then I was able to continue to add profit on that. I'm gonna adjust my camera settings here a little bit. So, all right, so then the question really is, okay, how do I find that type of stock each day, right? GCT, you can see it's obviously made a big move, but how was I able to find that in real time? So I use these scanners, which you can see right here on my screen share. This is our day trade dashboard. These are the scanners that all of our Warrior students have access to. You guys who are on YouTube, you could subscribe and be members at Warrior Trading. If you're a Warrior Starter or a Warrior Pro member, you would have access to these. You can subscribe to access, or if you just want the tools, you can go to daytrade-.com. So let's see. But over at Warrior Trading, you could see, let's see, let me just refresh this page. So I can go to trading courses. So you could see here, we've got day trading, the basics, strategies, and scaling, and you can compare the membership levels right here if you'd like. All right, so the goal for me is to try to find these stocks on the early side. My first trades on GCT were at the very beginning of this move when it was still squeezing up on that first leg. We hit a high of about $7.52, $8, $7.50, then $8, then pulled back, then we squeezed up to $8.23, dipped down, and then ripped here on a really nice candle up to 10, pulled back, popped up higher, and I've been trading it sort of this whole way up. Right now, we've got a high of $11.23, which is kind of a flat top. Oh, it's a double top right now, I would say. We have two candles that have sort of peaked right at this level. So the question now is, where's the next trade on this? And if you're sitting down right now for the first time today, you haven't already gotten some trades and you're sitting down right now, your question maybe what is the safest opportunity to capture 15 to 20 cents, right? What's your best bet at capturing that? I would say right now, GCT, it's pulling back and you've already missed a good chunk of the move, right? So it's kind of on the way back down, which is just sort of that's the current position, all right? So right now, I don't see a super safe entry on it, but this one meets our criteria for the most part. It's between 2 and 20. That's the price I prefer. It's up more than 10% today, at 88%. The float's under 20 million shares, just barely at 18, but it is still under that cutoff, which is good. And again, it's not a hard rule. I mean, I will trade stocks sometimes that are a little higher and stocks that are a little more expensive. But we had a nice level at 863 right here. Getting through that was important. So now we had room up to the high of this candle here, room back up towards 12. So I would say $12 is kind of the next logical resistance point. And by the way, for those of you guys tuning in on YouTube, thank you for celebrating our anniversary with us. We've brought back the morning show as we celebrate our 10-year anniversary of making videos on YouTube. And we've also put together a special sale for you guys. So right now we've got a email that we're sending out. So early, the early email sort of priority access. So make sure you guys are on our email list. If you're not already, we'll put the link there. Those of you, when you join our email list, you'll be able to get some free downloads. So you can download my micro pullback strategy PDF, my pre-trading checklist, my small account worksheet, my how to day trade book, and my technical analysis series. So these all are part of your onboarding when you first join our email list. So we put out a lot of content. Of course, we have content that's just for members, but we have a lot of free content out there as well. So make sure you guys check out that email list. Right now, watching GCT. Well, it certainly feels like we're pulling back a bit. I don't want to try to guess when it's going to curl back up. So for right now, we'll just, I guess, be content with waiting, being patient. ENVB, I could take a look at that one. Right, so this one's also pulling back a little bit. Did go red on this one, as you can see. Lost 1,400 on it. Zura, Z-U-R-A, was also that was also a big one. 748. So GCT right now with 8.2 million shares of volume. Seems like it's kind of under this level. EEIQ, I saw that one earlier. That one popped up right at 7 a.m. from about 280 up to 320, 330. You know, it was okay then, but it's kind of come out of focus. Traders seem to be focusing on right now GCT. So we are coming a little bit closer to the open. 1123 is the pre-market high. There's a seller at 11 right there. A little bit of resistance. I think GCT is the obvious stock this morning, and that's something that's always important to be asking. Which one's obvious? Which is the one that traders are really focusing on today? And GCT has the volume, it has the relative volume, so it has the attention. The only problem is that right now, if you're sitting down to start trading, you're a little late to the game, late to the party, because it's already made a really big move. A lot of us have already had great trades on it. We're already well in the green. So, you know, I don't mind taking more trades on it, but I don't know if we're going to get another really clean move like what we got right here. I'm not quite sure. So Omar asking why I don't trade the S&P 500. I am looking for stocks that have more volatility. Now, you could trade options on the S&P 500, but even for options, I'm going to prefer trading small cap stocks. When I got started trading, I tried trading the S&P, I tried trading Apple. The thing is, on a day-to-day basis, I didn't find consistency in the patterns I was seeing, because the relative volume was just kind of average. And at that point, honestly, even then, there was a high degree of algorithmic trading. It's even higher today. So I feel like trying to trade indices is sort of like trying to trade, like play chess against a computer. I really think that that's kind of a difficult endeavor. I think you're going to find more success by focusing on stocks that have breaking news, that have high relative volume, that are up 10%. That's where you're going to see attention kind of clustered each day. And today it's on GCT. You can't argue with this move. It's nearly 100% from $6 up to over 11, right? That's the kind of stock that I want to trade. This has got range, it's got volatility, it's got liquidity. I can get in, I can get out. This is what I look for. And so these are the types of stocks I look for each day. And the good news is, more often than not, I'm able to find them. So, today we've got GCT, but there's a few others as well. We have ENVB, which has put up a couple of good moves. It's up 30% right now, pulling back a bit. Zura, ZURA. You have UTRS, which is a little cheap at 57 cents. So that one's not interesting for me right now. So let's see, GCT. The funny thing about GCT is that it's given us a few of these sort of funny candles where it sort of feels like it's dead, and then all of a sudden it starts ripping. So you can't really discount it. Like right now, you could be like, oh, I don't really see the pattern. You look away, then you look back and it's 11.50, and you're like, whoa, how did that happen? So it's been a little funny so far today in that way. So right now I'm just kind of keeping it right in front of me in case it does start to squeeze, because if it breaks through 11.23, naturally, that's a level that I want to be watching. So right now it's about 10 past 11. We've still got 20 minutes to the opening bell. No circuit breaker halts pre-market, but when the market opens, or official regular trading hours begin at 9:30, we'll have halt levels again. So that could give us some opportunities. I also am a little concerned about false breakouts on this. We've had a couple so far, and I would say that at the top we have sort of a tweezer top right there. So you've got those two topping tail candles. So I'm looking for areas where I can take a trade with the least amount of risk. I don't want to take a lot of risk ultimately. And this is kind of, I have a different approach than some people. There's people out there who are trying to find the next trade to give them, a 6-figure, even a 7-figure winner, like a huge win. And I don't really think about it like that. I'm really thinking about base hits and, like making money to kind of pay the bills. There you go. Look at that pop. Okay, so now the question is, does it hold? That just ripped right through that level. It goes up to 1042. All right, so now you've got 1042 high, 1045, 1044, 1036. I was a little worried about a pop and then a flush right there, just because the volume is declining. This is a divergence that I don't always love seeing. I like seeing increasing volume. The decline in volume, I don't know. I'm not sure. High right now is 1148. So we're up 100%. So yeah, my attitude is I'm trading for income. I want to be consistent, and I have to manage my risk. So I have to be kind of like a sniper where I find the lowest risk spots to take trades. An entry up right even there at 11 had the downside risk at 1075, so 25-cent stop, which means I needed 50 cents to cover the risk of the trade. I wasn't totally sure I would get that because I thought we might double top or triple top at 1123. All right, so high right now is 1148. So I think we have room on the daily chart up towards 12. Some sellers stacked at the $0.50. So right now I'm looking at this candle on the 1 minute, small red candle, little doji. So 2 big green candles and then a doji candle can be an indication of a possible reversal. There's some indecision, a little bit of a battle. Got our 10-second chart down here, back up to 50. There's 55, back to 41 on the bid. So see what I mean where it pops and then dips? Now it's 35 on the bid. So you get the pop over that level, and then that ends up being a bull trap. It catches traders who are buying for that breakout, but I think there was some degree of predictability to that because you already had a couple of topping tails right there. And so now you've got this rejection candle. So that goes all the way down to 1101. So the volume on this 5-minute candle, by the time it closed right there, was a little higher, which is better, but it's another topping tail. So my 2 cents on this is that the easiest trades are behind us. Not to say that trading is easy by any means, but right now this feels more difficult than it was a little bit earlier. So maybe we have some more trades that form on it that feel a little cleaner, but right now it feels a little, this feels a little choppy. So is it possible, right? Ricardo, attention does shift to a different stock. You know, we've had GCT kind of in the limelight all morning. We had ENVB briefly come up, but it wasn't able to really take that much attention. It didn't hold. Hang on one second. So GCT, yeah, I see that. Let's see, ENVB, ZURA. Pull back probably too much here. CYTO. Too cheap for me, too cheap. You know, you might think I'm picky, but that's, you know, again, part of my goal is being consistent, and I have to be a little bit picky. I know what I trade the best. Good call. Thank you for that. Yep, I see that. About 12 minutes to the opening bell. So again, to kind of go over the list of what I look for in a stock, for those tuning in on Facebook and on YouTube, number one, I like to see a stock that's up at least 10%. I like to see that if the stock's up 10%, that it has some type of catalyst moving the stock higher. That's not always the case. Sometimes we'll have a stock that makes a big move but doesn't have clear news. It's more of a technical breakout. We've been seeing that more recently, so that's not uncommon. But I still would prefer to see that there's a clear catalyst. So up 10% with a catalyst, I'd like to see at least 5 times relative volume. So volume should be 5 times higher than average. And I would like to see the stock price between 2 and 20. That's when I do the best. Under 2, a little too cheap. Don't trade that very well. Even 250 to 3, not my favorite. Higher price is a little bit better for me. That's where I see a little bit more range, and I seem to just make more money. And then the 5th is I like to see the float is under 20 million shares, and lower is better because less supply means with an imbalance with high demand, we see bigger moves. So when you see a stock like GCT, This one's got a lower float. It's not super low, but it's also got a sort of special momentum factor, which is that it's a somewhat recent IPO. Recent IPOs tend to be better. They don't have as many bag holders. Oftentimes, especially a small cap IPO, isn't going to have as much institutional trading that creates the high frequency trading algorithms that can really sort of just stop a stock kind of in its tracks from being volatile. One of the things that is interesting is that what makes a stock a good investment long term that would be appealing to an institutional trader, would be the predictability that's going to grow and not crazy volatile. It can manage their risk on it. And that makes it a bit unappealing for us as day traders because we really want volatility. And that means that the stock needs to be able to go up or down 20, 30, 40, 50% in one day. So I'm kind of thinking about steering clear of what institutional traders are going to be interested in. Because if they're interested in it, almost by default, it probably means that it's not going to be as clean of a stock for a day trade. Now, it may be great over the next 6 months or the next year, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for intraday volatility. At the same time, I, of course, don't want to be trading stocks that are about to go bankrupt. So, I have to be doing some quality analysis, and that's part of the due diligence. But in any case, it is something I think about. So right now, this morning, the scanners here, these are my top gainers, and they show some reverse splits. Sometimes we'll have a reverse split that'll be on the top gain scan. So NVFY is showing that it's up 538%. It's actually a reverse split. So anyways, that's common. So I'm able to ignore those. But these are showing our top gainers in the entire market. All right, so top gainers in the entire market, looking at RIDE, which is probably also a reverse split. I was going to guess. NVFY, yeah. UTRS, now UTRS is too cheap, which means GCT is in 4th position, but it's the first one I'd be interested in trading. All right, now it feels like we're kind of top heavy and maybe getting ready to roll over. I'm not sure. The price on locates for GCT, let's see. I see them at 2.5 cents and 5.9 cents, almost 6 cents. But, again, different brokers will have different prices on that. So GCT, I'm not sure that, I sort of think that the cleanest trades are done on it, but maybe we'll get some more opportunities. We'll just have to wait and see. So for right now, we'll try to be patient. I'm going to try to be patient. So that's GCT. Next one down is EEIQ, $2.54. So a little bit on the cheaper side, right? Not my favorite price range down there. It's up 73%, but then when we look at the chart, and we can see it's already on the backside coming back down. APGN is up 42% at 57 cents. That's too cheap. ENVB is up 31%. It's got a 1.86 million share float, but it's below volume weighted average price right now. So that's a little bit, too risky. So can't take a trade on that. Okay, we could keep going down. CYTO too cheap at $1.12, and Zura price is fine, but float's a little higher, 27 million shares. However, juice factor, it's a recent IPO, right? It's actually a de-SPAC merger, but that's fine. Trades similarly. So recent merger, recent de-SPAC, had a high here of 37.50, has sold off quite a bit, but this did pop up on May 11th. Made a move from $6 to $14. And my problem with trying to trade it, in this area is that I feel like this move is on the backside of that candle. And that candle was a weak candle. It didn't close very strong. So I'm not that interested in Zura. I think GCT is the most obvious. We've got about 6 minutes to the opening bell, but I haven't decided yet where my next trade will be on it. I missed that squeeze there up to 11.48, but it was kind of choppy. I mean, it went 40, 50 cents there from 11, but came right back down, so it didn't hold up really super well. So I feel like it's top heavy. Maybe at the open we sell off a bit, and then we have to see whether or not it's able to rebound. So that might be kind of the game plan on GCT with about 5.5 minutes to the open. Good morning, Danny, Manoli, Hamang, good morning. Max, good to see you. So we've got some of the West Coast traders sitting down here and kind of getting oriented, getting ready to do their 2-3 hours in the market. So I've already done a solid 2 hours, and I'm willing to trade a bit longer. So I'll certainly keep trading for our Warrior Pro members, and for those who tune in as starter members as well, of course. Those on YouTube, if you want just the tools, you could check out Day Trade Dash. That's where you have access to my scanners, the charts, and you can also subscribe to my broadcast. Or if you want the classes, that's over at Warrior Trading here. All right, so this is where you can check out the individual classes, which are part of the Warrior Starter and the Warrior Pro membership. Okay. So let's see. Pop out this scan for a second. Right. OMH. Yeah. CWBR. All right, I'm going to move these over here. Oh, we got a stock hitting the scan right now. MEOA. So MEOA, the challenge with something like this is that although it's hitting the scans, it's on light volume. I'm not clear that we have news on it at the moment. Someone gives me the news. I don't see any news in my news feed. So big spread, light volume, it's a lot of risk. But you never know. Sometimes that you can be one of the first people to see something, and you just want to take a quick look. All right, so Brian on YouTube says, what's the best way to learn candlesticks? I do have a reading list. You're welcome to email me if you want, and I can send you my reading list, team@warriortrading.com. I do have some recommended reading that I could give you, but you're also welcome there's a link in this broadcast for my free downloads. Check out the technical analysis series and my How to Day Trade book, because both of these have the basics of reading candlesticks. So these are really good starting points. If you want to get into more advanced candlestick and chart analysis, then I can give you some more suggestions. But anyways, this is a good starting point. So do that first, see if that gets you what you're looking for, and then go from there. That's my 2 cents. All right, so what do you guys think at the open? You think GCT going up at the open or going down at the open? What's your call? We've got less than a minute to the bell. So as we come to the end of the morning show, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back at it live streaming again tomorrow. So make sure you tell your friends about the morning show and tune in bright and early. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. And I'm going to try to see what I can do with the rest of the day. I'm already over my daily goal. The market hasn't even officially opened yet, so I'm going to keep trading here with Warrior Pro students, and we'll be back live streaming tomorrow. So reminders always on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. But as always, trading is risky. My results aren't typical. Practice in a simulator before you put real money on the line, and I'll see you back at it first thing tomorrow morning. All right, see you in the morning.